Hi everybody!
Tekken 8 is on the horizon. We have the full base roster revealed, and I've played the betas, so I figured it's time we broke down and discussed the characters I'm most looking forward to playing as when the game launches on January 26th. Keep in mind though, these are the 8 characters I'm personally excited for. If my list doesn't match up to yours, that's cool. I'm curious to hear the characters who have your attention though. So, let's get into the list. So the first character I'm interested in using is Asuka. I've played her a lot in Tekken 7, my only experience with full Tekken games so far. Overall, I've liked my time with Asuka. Now in Tekken 7, she didn't exactly fit what I typically look for in a fighting game character. I really love in-your-face characters. Asuka can be that, but her main draw is her command grabs. I typically don't like grabby characters, but I guess I can make an exception here if you...
Easy there, Mr. Roche. You don't want the YouTube people to get too mad at you now, do you?
Anyways, Asuka is a grappler and striker hybrid, so I can work with that. Characters of this archetype I like in other games are Blue Mary from the King of Fighters and Mila from the Dead or Alive franchise. To date, those characters are the only 2 grappler-striker hybrids I've enjoyed playing. The reason being...
Let me guess, speed, and more fucking speed?
These characters can get by without engaging too much in the hold aspect of the game, something I'm absolutely horrible at pulling off, though for whatever reason I have an easier time with these command grabs when using Mary or Asuka, so I found at least 2 grapplers I can grapple with. Oh god, that was a bad pun even by my standards.
Oh god, help me, this is the start of it. Fuck!
But part of the reason I'm looking forward to using Asuka is because they've changed her up significantly from her previous iteration, since the character she effectively replaced originally is now on the base roster again, that being Jun. We'll cover her later on. Basically, I'm excited to see what gets added to Asuka's toolbox. I think she'll be a ton of fun. Speaking of Asuka, we're going to cover her rival next. For story reasons, Asuka and Lili are rivals. I know one of my regular viewers finds this rivalry annoying, and I can understand why. That's basically all these 2 characters have going for them in terms of story content. Their petty rivalry. So why am I excited to use Lili in the latest entry of Tekken? It's because I kind of liked her in the previous game, but I had some minor complaints, something it appears has been addressed in Tekken 8. Lili is a speedy mix-up character that's my ideal archetype for the most part. Typically, these characters have middling to low damage output. Lili's damage output is absolutely atrocious in the previous game. That was part of why I dropped her from my rotation in Tekken 7, because her damage output just wasn't worth it. Because of that, I felt I had to work that much harder with Lili compared to other characters. Also, since I was new to Tekken at that time, that wasn't all that conducive to me because I was still trying to figure out the game. It seems like her damage has been absolutely buffed in the newest game, and that makes Lili incredibly dangerous and a compelling character to use. Fun fact, she was previously in another Bandai Namco game, specifically a Digimon title, and she actually has a partner Digimon. That was part of why I wanted to learn the character at first, because I love Digimon. Anyways, moving on. Sticking to legacy characters, the next character we'll discuss is Jun. She has a huge impact on the events of the Tekken series. Not that it matters to me, as I haven't experienced any of the Tekken stories so far. The main reason I want to play as Jun is because I love her design. She reminds me of 2 characters I love in different franchises. One of those characters is Chizuru from the King of Fighters, and the other is Kokoro from Dead or Alive. I love classy, elegant-looking ladies in video games, which Jun definitely is. Also, I had fun playing her in the brief time I've played the betas. I'm just curious as to how much she plays like her old self. So we finally come to our first new character of the list. That character? Azucena. Tekken fans have already nicknamed her Coffee Girl because of her obsession with the caffeinated beverage. Given that obsession, you'd think she'd be a joke character. Nope. From the bit I used of her in the beta, she is an absolute beast. As she should be, since she's a stance character. Speaking of stance characters, I've previously covered a way stance characters could be incorporated into fighting games in a way that would be more beginner-friendly. A card for that will be popping up now, so why not check it out? Anyways, Azucena is a character I'm really excited for because it seems like she's tailor-made for me. She's speedy, she has mix-ups, she can be played very aggressively or very defensively. Essentially, she might be what I'm looking for. But what about you? Is the newcomer Azucena a character you're excited for? Let me know in the comments. So Victor Chevalier has me interested mostly because he's a dapper old man. What can I say, I tend to enjoy grumpy old men in media. Probably because I'm a grouchy old man trapped in a youngish body. Well, that and having to deal with stupid people. For story reasons, Victor has connections to Raven and Master Raven. Some fans have even speculated he might have been the original Raven. I just happen to like Victor's style in more ways than one. I like his fashion sense, and I like his potential playstyle. It looks like it has a lot of options. Those options, though, have caused a few people to comment that he's over-designed. We'll just have to wait and see. I imagine he'll be a stance-centric character with lots of gimmicks. I feel like I'm breaking the law with this pick.
That's it. I'm fucking done. Nope. I'm out of here. I will not stand for this bullshit anymore.
What? I said that because I don't typically like the Bruce Lee clones in fighters. I just find them clunky to use. However, from what I've used of him in Tekken 8, martial law was incredibly fun to use. He's fast, which I like, has simple buttons so he's relatively pick up and play, his damage output felt strong, and he has a lot of mix-up potential. Basically, he's a hit on a lot of what I'm looking for. Even if it's not in a package, I find aesthetically pleasing. Basically, I very well might use Law in my rotation, just because he fits some of the things I look for in a fighter. Also, if I'm being honest, of all of the characters I've played in the beta test to date, so far only him and Azucena had me smiling almost the whole time, just because of how fun they were to use. It has been a long time since a fighter has been able to elicit that kind of response from me. I'd basically just been playing them, and the experience was just that. I was playing them, but I wasn't necessarily really enjoying the game so much. The last fighters to do this for me was actually King of Fighters 15. Before that was Soul Calibur 6, and before that was Dead or Alive 5 last round. Needless to say, when it comes to fighting games, it's hard to get me smiling like a lunatic. Now, I know I have to mention this. Yes, Killer Instinct is one of the fighting games that does make me smile like a goofball, and I have a ton of fun with it. But it's not a fighting game I play super regularly because I have almost no one to play with. And to be honest, I enjoy fighting games with friends, not as much when playing them on my own. I'll get over that hump eventually though. But yeah, Azucena and Law are two of the characters I've experienced so far where I can just shut my brain off and have fun. Maybe the next character we discuss will also be that for me. Okay, so Reina is the final new character on the roster. She's a Mishima, so it's likely she'll share similarities with the other Mishima clan members on the roster. That wouldn't surprise me, as she is shown to have some of Heihachi's moveset during her brief trailer. To be honest, I just want to play her to get with the purple lightning. I didn't mean it that way. But okay, I do find her interesting as she shares a nickname with Sarah Valentine from the Trails games. We all know Japanese game developers tend to be drinking buddies, so it wouldn't surprise me if this was Bandai Namco having some fun. It should be noted, Reina was originally conceptualized for Tekken 7. However, she clearly didn't appear in that game, making her debut in this one. Overall, I just like her style. It seems faster than the other Mishimas, and I get the feeling she won't be as complex. Alisa is a character I plunked around with in Tekken 7 and really liked her playstyle. Of all of the characters I have some base knowledge on from Tekken 7, I feel like she's the one who will benefit the most from the heat system, as it rewards aggressive players. Plus, from what I've seen of Alisa in the hands of my friend Setsi, who does compete in Tekken tournaments, Alisa rewards those who are more aggressive in their playstyle. I have to say, I think her new look suits her. It reminds me of the Sugar Plum Fairy from the Nutcracker. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. Either way, it definitely shows how beautiful and cute the character can be. If I'm being honest, Alisa is probably the character I'll use first when I get my hands on Tekken 8. So those were just the 8 characters I have some interest in using in Tekken 8. There are others, but these are the ones I think will get the most playtime from me and be used in my rotation. Which characters are in yours? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'm currently hunting down 1,000 subscribers, and I'm hoping to reach that by January 1st. Anyways, 2 of my previous videos will be popping up now. Check them out, and until next time, keep blazing that trail.